Set this thing. Let's give you very long. All right, all right, all right. Y'all a few minutes and stuff to get in here. Same thing. As you come in, give me a sound check. Let me know everything's good. Know I'm a little, know I'm a little bit ahead of schedule and stuff. You probably expecting the live. All right, Dora, what's up? Mr. G88, there he is. There he is. What's going on, man? I ain't heard from you in a while and stuff. Everything good with you? All right, Mr. Aaron, what's going on with you? Excuse me. See, I'm gonna go ahead and go live today, cause this weekend I'm gonna be. I already feel it. I'm gonna be real busy doing stuff. Just don't know what it. Well, if it's anything like how it was when I went home last weekend, I already knew. The topic of today, just doing a recap of just doing a recap and stuff, cause I got lost. I got lost on time and stuff like that, and paying attention to deals and stuff, that sort of thing. There, cause um, I'm still getting a bunch of questions about Long Mountain, right? I'm getting a ton of questions about Long Mountain and stuff, and so I seen something up there, and I actually did a video on it, maybe last year and stuff, and so that deal is going on, and so I'm kind of giving people a breakdown as to how you can sit there and can be above the curve. You talking about trying to get some ownership, kind of people saying, I want to get a truck and I want to get a truck and I want to get one paid off and this, that, or whatever and stuff. And so I'm like, you got to put your ears to the ground. So, um, yeah, the internationals. Yep. The internationals and stuff. Yeah, them pro stars and stuff. Um, the only thing and stuff I see wrong with them is that they are 6-2. That's it. They are 6-2. I mean, I am so bothered by that because I'm like, anytime it's a deal going on and stuff, the motor's trash. No, they got Cummins. Those are Cummins in them and stuff. They not the Pack car. They not the Pack car and stuff. Them the same. The Cummins motors that's in them Pro Stars are the same ones they got in the same ones like they got in these KWs and these Peaks. But what I'm so upset about is the fact I'm like, dude, if I could have capitalized on a deal like that and stuff, I'm like, to see something like that, $2,000 down, all right, trucking with Blue Money seems like they would be ideal for. I mean, don't get me wrong, a 6-2, a 6-2 is yeah, 14 months exactly. 14 months, a year and 2 months, $895 a month. You got guys paying $895 a week. And so I would say in that issue there and stuff, right? Cause people like they so concerned about their trucks and stuff messing up and everything. All right, no, you pay weekly. Don't pay monthly, pay weekly. All right, Miss Jones, how you doing? All right, take it easy and stuff, man, and what you got to do and everything. So look, this how you do it. And I tell people like, okay, you get the truck from Long Mountain. They want 2 grand down, right? So you give them the $2,000. All right, your first payment is in 45 days, right? So people always been prone to making lease payments for that same amount, that $895. So what you do is you still make your monthly payment of $895, but but that 895 and stuff, You make one payment to Lone Mountain, and then every week you take that same $895. You keep that for yourself because this how you make the system work for you. You get the truck. You got they give you 6 months. They give you a 6 month, even though it's a third party. It's a 6 month platinum warranty on the truck, right? So you run in the truck. Okay, you run the truck. You got that $895 safety net. So either one way or the other, you still good. Cause if you got a year, all thing you got is 14 months, 14 payments. However you do it, right? That's a year and 2 months. All right, so it ain't like your payments gonna be dragging on forever and all that stuff there and everything. So um, you keep that same lease driver mentality, right? About making your payments every week, but you keep that money in your pocket. So in 6 months, you'll know where you stand. You'll know where you stand on the truck and stuff. And so the only two things that I see that's gonna be a problem is number one, it's a 6 and 2, which really ain't that much of a big deal and stuff unless um you talking about doing heavy haul and stuff or doing a lot of your customers and stuff off road. Cause you got guys doing flatbed and stuff, man, with a 6 and 2. And that emission's gonna be your biggest hurdle. It's gonna be your biggest hurdle and stuff, man. But if you got a plan to tackle that emission, then it's smooth sailing. It's pretty much smooth sailing. I can't see too much happening and stuff, kind. The company where those trucks came from, those guys, man, got a immaculate. They got an immaculate maintenance record. Those trucks where that company came from and stuff, like I said, they known for taking care of the equipment, man. I mean, immaculate. So the only thing I can see being an issue and stuff is that you know those emissions, and so they done dropped they used to be $1,000 a month. Now they done dropped it and stuff, and then they done dropped the terms and stuff on them because they got they trying to get rid of them. They trying to get rid of them, man. 14 months, six of those months and stuff you under warranty. So if you still want to keep the warranty and stuff, just get it extended. They'll cover it for, I think they give you another. If you talk to them, I think they give you another 3 years. They give you another 3 years and stuff on the warranty. So I mean, if you satisfied with the people and stuff, you keep it on the truck. The truck paid for, and you still got warranty on it. But like I said, I don't see nothing. I don't see anything going wrong on this stuff other than uh, I don't see anything going wrong with it other than that emissions. Big money rooster. Okay. All right. All right. Big money rooster. All right. But yeah, straight up, man. Everybody be asking about the Long Mountain deal. I said, man, shoot, dude, I wish when I was looking for a truck, I would have ran across that deal right there. And I got what October make 3 years on this truck here. I probably would have bought a truck every year. Would have bought that first one, paid that one off, go get me another one, paid that one. I said, all right, I got this one right here, and I got this other one as a reserve, just because the deal is too good. I mean, the deal is too good and stuff. So I mean, that's a truck I would say. Um, if people talking about going to a company and trying to learn the company, then learn the business, that's the truck you need to get right there, cause your payments ain't your payments ain't they ain't too high, which will give you a chance to stuff, to learn the company or whatever and stuff, and then you just ain't gonna be I said, I mean, your stuff just ain't out of control and stuff. I mean, it's something that you can afford. You know, you ain't got to make no phone calls and say, man, listen, um, I ain't gonna be able to make the payment this month and all this stuff here, cause I ran to a bad week or whatever. It ain't none of that. It's hey, you know, you can run. You ain't got to run wide open. You want to go home, you go home, chill. Payment ain't but $895 a month, and people paying that a week. So just keep that same mentality and stuff going. You know, keep it going and stuff like that. I mean, shoot, 14 payments, man. Shoot, you just $895. You know, every time you get paid, you should be just going down and dropping that money. Oh, here you go. Well, I ain't gonna say drop it on them, but I'm saying if you paying monthly, right? 14 weeks is what? Let's see. All right, 12 is 3 months. So 12 is 3 months and stuff. So three months and 2 weeks. 3 months or 2 weeks and stuff, man. After that third month, you used to be going down and say, "Oh, here the rest of y'all money, man. Let's just go and close the books on it." Let's see. I might lease a truck to go ahead and fix my truck how I want to. I mean, it's. I mean, the truck is like, they got the 14s and the 15. The other problem is like the 15s got more miles and stuff on them. They got a 14 that they got 500,000. So I mean, 600,000 really it ain't too bad. It ain't too bad and stuff. And so, the lease is for 14 months. So in a year and stuff, you're gonna put what, maybe 100,000 on the truck, 100, maybe 120,000 and stuff. So you still at what, 700,000? You at 700,000 stuff like that. So I mean, you keep an eye on it. You know, everything's still good to go. So yeah, and you ain't jammed up. It's a 14 and a 15 for those who want to, for whatever strange reasons, want to go to California, whatever. So I mean, there it is. As long as that MIL light and stuff ain't on, you good to go. Ain't nobody gonna be none. They ain't gonna question it. I mean, you fit in just like the rest of those new trucks and stuff that's going in there. Only difference is yours ain't. Wait a minute. You know what? All those LT, yeah, they are LTs. They are LTs. So there you go. Said, man, I'll be on it. That's the thing there and stuff. I say the only problem is they are 6 and 2. That's it. And I really can't see that. I can't see that being too much of an issue. But and that emissions, that MIL and stuff. The second that MIL light come on. But like I said, first 6 months, you put that on. You put that on the warranty and stuff, and let them fix it. Let them worry about it for the first 6 months. After that warranty gone and stuff, then okay, you consider something else, because even in that 6 months, they might figure it out. They might have the thing figured out. There ain't gonna be no more problems and stuff. Just gotta learn how to use that system. But that's the thing there. I be capitalizing on that. Telling you, I'm like, man, you know, I put my application in last year. They denied it because the thing about Long Mountain, they not gonna let you build a fleet. But they like, all right, you already got one truck. Get that truck paid off, and then we'll talk. Get that truck, we'll talk and stuff. I'm like, man, shoot, I'm sitting over there showing them the whole portfolio I got, man. Hey, I got an escrow set up for this truck here and stuff. I already got somewhere to go. I can afford it, yeah, but we want you to go and get that truck paid off first, and then we'll get you another one. But like I said, that's just the drawback of Long Mountain. They not gonna let you build a fleet. They will sell you a truck, but that's it. But I guess the other thing is stuff, man. I'm coming up. I've been with this carrying stuff for uh next month to make a year, and a lot of the stuff I said I wanted to do, I ain't get nothing done, man. I didn't. I got everything done. The Navistars are coming. Yep. Hey, bro, did the hours of service change today? Not from what I'm aware of. I read where they have extended it. I read where they have extended it and stuff. Hold on, where is that? Where's that publication at? No, that's fine. That's cool. Hold on, give me a second. We can look at that together. I was just looking at that. If I can find that. Um, crap. Where did I put that newspaper at? I bet you I find it once I go off live. I was just looking at that freaking thing. This it? Nope. But yeah, Mr. G. I don't want to sit there and speculate, right, and give you the wrong information. Uh, crap. It's hard to get rid of that Ebola. Hold up, my phone going dead again. Hold on. No, I can't crank the truck up. Yeah, appreciate it. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Shit. But that's a real good question, cause I know a lot of the states have went into um, phase one, where they have opened up a lot of the places to. Okay, is this thing charging? All right. Yeah, they open up a lot of places and stuff like that to where they're doing business and stuff like that. They allow you to come in the lobby, to do takeout stuff like that. Some of a lot of your non-essential places, at least in the South, that's what it is. In the North they still continuing with the same status quo and stuff. In fact, some of the places that you might go to now and stuff, you see where they added New York City as some of the places that you may have visited, and if you visit them, then they're not going to allow you on the property and stuff like that, because just like going to like Japan, China, I think they had some of the Middle Eastern countries and stuff up there too and everything. So they asked, "Hey, you been there in the last 14 days?" And so now they got New York City. They got that as a hot spot now and stuff. And so if you visit New York City and stuff like that, which they're not letting you in, you can go into the boroughs and stuff. You just can't go into. They're just not letting you into Manhattan unless you got some kind of clearance and stuff like that. They are very particular now and stuff about going into that particular borough. But everywhere else you can go. I just I just left. What was that? I was over there in Flushing, New York, and stuff earlier today, and I picked up in Brooklyn. So you know, they still got the they still got the quarantine going on there and stuff in it, and you can definitely tell and stuff how those streets are empty and clean. I had never seen sidewalks and streets so clean in my life, man. I mean, it's def just like I was telling some of the fellas and stuff. I'm like, man, if you ever wanted to learn how to drive through New York and stuff, and not really be bothered about nothing, this was the time to learn right here, cause you know, but yeah, I picked up that yeah, I picked up the trucker's paper, and it was definitely speaking on that stuff. It was definitely speaking on the hours of service. Yeah, this the Navistar. Yeah, the Navistar and the Pack Car motor are both Cummins. So just think of Navistar as like when you go to Walmart and you see the name brand stuff, and then you see the great value. That's all it is. It's the same stuff in just a different packaging. That's all. But it's still gonna refer you to the same place. Yeah, that's all that is and stuff. Yeah, Navistar, Pack Car, their comments. Um, see, how long have you been trucking, and is it a good career if you have a family? I've been driving trucks for 18 years. I've been driving trucks for 18 years, and as far as family, it's as far as family and stuff, it's just like I was saying. There's really no template to say, well, it's no template to say, well, because you have a family and stuff, this job isn't recommended, so on and so forth and stuff. Cause it's all on how you take care of your household. Um, yeah, it's all on how you take care of your household and stuff. I mean, if the family falls apart, it's not because of you driving trucks. You know, cause it's just like any job and stuff that's out here and stuff. Every job requires a sacrifice, which means you got to go out here, you got to hit a clock. Some days and stuff, it might be 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever. So trucking is really no different. It's just um, what I would recommend and stuff. From a um, generalized standpoint, is to go in with a plan. Just go in with a plan. Everything else and stuff. That's up to you. Cause But definitely go in with a plan and stuff like that. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be doing this for a certain amount of time, and then if this don't work out, then I may try this. So on and so forth. Just don't leave folk in the dark. When things, um, okay, things didn't work out over here and stuff, and then I'm gonna jump ship, go over here, and then you working for a new carrier, and you confusing people and stuff. You leaving them out the loop, which that right there is gonna cause problems. But uh, you know we hear the stories a lot of times and stuff like that, but people just don't be truthful. Okay, all right. Sorry about that, y'all. I got a phone call and stuff, you know. But yeah, you hear the stories, man. Like, oh man, trucking ruined my life. It ruined my life. It ruined my family. I don't get to spend time with my family, and so you hear the stories and stuff like that. But it's just um, you know one of the things we have to do is work by the sweat of our brow. So no matter what you do, whether you decide to do this OTR or local, or just anything in general and stuff. It requires you to be away from. It requires you to be away from home and be away from your family for a significant amount of time and stuff. So that's that. But yeah, as far as it being a good career though, yeah, heck yeah, man. Shoot, I recommend everybody drive a truck. Is driving in the big cities hard? Not really. Your challenge, actually, your challenge are going to be not in the big cities, but them little small towns. That's what's going to be your biggest challenge right there. Driving them little small towns and stuff. Um, them little small one horse towns. That's where you're gonna have the biggest issue, cause with with the way that GPS and stuff that came along now, and how people done map things, how people done map things. And even if even now stuff, if you feel uncomfortable doing something, you got, as a company driver, you can they're not really forcing you to, they're not really forcing you and stuff, to say, okay, well, um, take this load to New York City and stuff. You ain't got none of that. You got people that's lined up and stuff, man, to say, hey, listen, hey, I'll do that, no problem. Just get the load up here, and then you just drop the load off. They'll take it the rest of the way. So, you know, um, your big cities and stuff, man, ain't gonna be nothing to it. It's these little small one horse towns and stuff. They got. What kind of GPS do I recommend? I don't run GPS. I don't run GPS. The best GPS that you can get is the best one that you can get is in my opinion is just get you a road atlas. Cause if you can master the map, if you can master that map and stuff, then it's just everything else and stuff is a cinch. Cause I don't know, I guess I'm speaking from experience point. 18 years and stuff. I basically know where I'm going. So having that GPS in my windshield and stuff, it just it's a waste of time, a waste of money for me. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna tell you. Speaking on GPS, I don't see, and like I said, explain this to me. What's the use? And I see guys that had, man, they probably had like 4 or 5 GPSs, man, in their windshields. And I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm like, man, I don't know. They got two over here. They got two sitting in the middle, and then they got one sitting over here in the they got one sitting right there and stuff, with the gauges and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just trying to fit. Then the tablet and stuff, that's linked up to the GPS. I'm trying to figure that one out, man. I'm really trying to figure that one out. Cause I see a bunch of guys doing that. I see a bunch of people doing it, man. I don't understand the whole GPS thing, man. I really don't. You know, GPS fetish. Okay, yeah, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with that right there and stuff. GPS fetish, cause I'm telling you, man. I mean, it's like I see him, man, and I'm like, man, what in the world, I'm like, what in the world, man? I mean, and they all going, and I'm like, let's see, do you prefer automatic or manual? Um, I prefer I prefer manual, but the industry has went auto shift, and that's because they become more affordable, they're more cost efficient, and they're more effective. As to cars, manual used to be easy to manufacture. It used to be easy to manufacture and stuff. That's why people bought them. But now, now to get a new truck, now to get a new truck and stuff, you got to pay for the manual. It used to come standard, but now, you know, auto shift is the that's the thing. So so if you get with a carrier and stuff, good luck if they got a manual, guys. They frown at them now and stuff. Also rather. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong and stuff. I mean, they come a long way. Cause I remember when I got in my first, I remember I got in my first auto shift, man. Those generation ones that still had the clutch in them. I mean, they come a long ways and stuff. Now they got, when you put it in reverse. See, I don't have anything against. I mean, yeah, and I understand. I don't have anything against automatic either. It's just they come a long ways, boy. Kyle. Generation one, you still had that clutch and stuff, man. You throw this thing in reverse, and it's like you going 15 miles an hour trying to back in the dock. It's one speed. That's it, fast. Well, let's see. Yeah, all right, you can control it with the clutch and stuff, but then they came out with the Generation 3 and they removed that clutch. And yeah, they came out with Generation 3 and stuff, man. You get on a hill and you got to catch this thing now instead of like driving a forklift. You got to mash on the brake, hit the accelerator and stuff, and then, come off of it and hope that it catch. Cause it can still stall. It can still stall, then you sitting there looking stupid because you got to shut the truck down, let it reset, then crank back up, and you sitting over in the middle of a stoplight and stuff like that. People going by you, you know, yelling all types of obscenities and stuff, and letting you know you're number one. But that last one I drove and stuff, man, it's just let's see that one. Last one I drove was a Volvo and stuff with that I shift. Yeah, that like I mean it's they like I said they come a long way, man. It was like when they first came out and stuff, man. It's like it took your manhood away and stuff for some reason. Like God no, you know, like you driving the you driving the auto shift. You don't know how to drive a truck. Let's see, I was with who was I with? I was with Trans Am, and I was with Trans Am just a long time ago, and they had two divisions. They had First American Carrier, and what they did, they got us these trucks from Penske and stuff like that, which was the Century class stuff like that. So they would standard 10 stuff like that. But anyway, they were manual, and so when they incorporated the whole business into one, they let us know and stuff. They're like, hey, all right, we're going back to the T600s. We're going to the Kenworth T600s and stuff. And so, they let you pick what color you want and stuff. Of course, I get red and stuff like that. And so we sit there, we go pick the trucks up and stuff like that. I'm like, man, shoot, And Kenworth is, the T600 about as close you're gonna get to a W9 anyway. So I'm thinking like, man, my truck gonna be all decked out and stuff, which it was. And when I got it, the shifter was gone. I said, wait a minute, hold up, my truck broke. My truck broke, man. I said, shoot, the clutch and everything in here, it just, where the shift at? So it's right there on the dash. It shifts itself and stuff. I'm like, huh? I'm talking, man, it just, ooh, you talking about something emasculated? Like, good gracious, man. I would start wearing female bloomers and stuff, man. Like, oh man. And that truck was not fun to drive either. It just took the whole thrill out. Like, God, man, ugh, I couldn't wait to get away from that company. And then next company let's see, they got a bunch of manuals and stuff like that. So I'm figuring I'm about to get one. So no, the only truck we got over here is this Century class and stuff, right? I get in it. It's a automatic. I'm like, oh man, no, God, again. And then the clutch went out on it. And the clutch went out on it. I said, man, how does this happen? Then, they explained to me how the whole, auto shift thing work. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So it's not like an automatic car and stuff. It's still, you know, it's shifting. It just does it for you because you don't know how to do it. Mm. Mm. And then let's see, I like shifting it back, and y'all can keep going. Hey, look, and here was the other thing. Here was the other thing too, right? And I knew eventually it was going to catch up and stuff like um, U.S. Express, right? U.S. Express were the first ones to like mass, mass produce the whole fleet into being auto shipping. So guys would, okay, you go to school to learn how to drive and stuff like that, and so U.S. Express used to have their own truck driving school and stuff like that. So people go through, you get your CDL stuff like that, and so people will actually say like, man, I want to go work for another company, but I can't. And I'm like, why not? It's because I don't know how to drive. I don't know how to drive a 10 speed. And I mean, it just, I mean, that was just the thing. I'm like, man, they had guys and stuff. I mean, they was stuck there like, hey man, dude, I want to leave this company so bad, but the only company I can go to and stuff is somebody that got like, they got an automatic. I can go drive for them all day, but they got a standard 10 or something like that. Can't drive the truck. And someone would try. Someone would try and stuff, and then they couldn't pass their driver test and stuff, and they right back over there U.S. Express, miserable because they couldn't drive. They couldn't drive the truck. So, um, and that was a trend. That was a trend that was growing, and so I just felt bad, man. I'm like, dude, it's not, you know, it's difficult at first, but you get the swing of it. But you know, for whatever reason, man, I mean, just that's where that phrase, steering wheel holding stuff, that's where that came from, Kai. It was actually people out here that was admitting that they could not drive a standard 10. They couldn't drive a straight 10, you know. And so, excuse me. So, all the other stuff you can just forget about it. 13, 15, 18, you can forget about it. But then again, I mean, it wasn't too many carriers and stuff that had wasn't too many carriers and stuff that had 13 stuff like that. They got them and then they would turn them into they turn to a 9 over like Warner. Warner they get those All their trucks and stuff was 9 overs and stuff, you know. But if you wanted a large car and stuff back in the day, that's where you used to go. Like you want a 379 Pete, that, that was Warner's thing and stuff. Like, hey, they own paper logs and stuff. I mean, they own they own electronic log, but if you want a 379 Pete, you in there and stuff. You know, them and Freightliner Classic, all the large cars, stuff. W900, they had them. And then in in '08, yeah, no, not in '08, in 2010, my truck has 855 coming through. Yeah, see, you done lost people on that. When you said big cam and stuff, what does that mean? You know, you done lost them on that motor there and stuff. But yeah, over there at Warner, man, they used to over there at Warner stuff till around 2010. Then they cut all that stuff out. They like, hey, everybody, you know, everybody going to E-Log now and stuff. So we getting rid of all these large cars. You know, we going back to Century classes and we're going back to Century classes and Pro Stars and no more large cars for y'all. So when they sold the truck, you know, when they sell the trucks, then they'll turn it back into 13 speeds and stuff, which is nothing more but just putting in an extra airline. Just yep, just putting the air, just put hooking back up the airline and stuff, hook up the synchronizer and stuff, and then now you got a 13. Let's see, Warner used to have 379 class. My dad drove one. Let's see, 2000. Yeah, but that's the thing, and you know, when they sold them 379, they got their money back off them trucks too. Cause the other thing that the only thing you'll see, the other thing that Warner believed in and stuff, they had a contract with Cat, so all their trucks had Cat motors in them. You know, like you figure, you know, um, most of the trucks and stuff you see, you figure like, all right, like especially like the Freightliners and stuff. You know, you figure like, all right, the Classic got a you think that the class gonna have a 60 series and stuff. You pop that hood open and stuff, and you got a C15. You know, you got a C15 twin turbo and stuff, right? And 13 speed transmission. And like, you know, they were just buying. I mean, it was just buying them trucks up just as fast they hit the lot. Every truck Warner had a cat in it, and that was their selling thing. When they decided to sell them trucks and stuff, I mean, them trucks moved. Them trucks move, especially them 379s. Yep, they sold them. I mean, people just let's see, three set. Yeah, see, that's you know, that's the good old. Like I said, that was the good old days and stuff, man. But people don't, you know, we don't have no conversation no more about horsepower and stuff like that. You know, rears and everything. Like, man, shoot, hey, we over here dealing with six and twos now and stuff. So you know, it's like you got six and twos and stuff out there doing the doggone deal. You know, so it ain't so much about horsepower no more and stuff. You know, gotta have horsepower. Can't wait for my first bill. Yeah, yep, absolutely, man. 500 to the ground. Good gracious, man. You trying to take the ground with you, ain't God, this it's this guy. I don't know. I guess that's yeah. I'll talk about that later and stuff. 'Cause that's probably gonna be over a lot of guys' heads and stuff. So I ain't gonna, you know, I ain't gonna go into that. Let's see. So what I cover? I'm gonna say this too and stuff, guys. This a problem and stuff I'm having. I made real good money this year with these guys and stuff. It was a turnaround, but man, the stuff I did with my money, like I did everything for everybody else except myself. Like I just, you know, anytime I had like it's just free. It's the free money when you got all the bills and stuff paid. You got money put away for your truck, and you just got like free money for yourself. And every time that came up, I did stuff for everybody except myself. Wait a minute, hold up. Okay, I did one thing, and I bought a Nissan Armada. Yeah, I bought an SUV and stuff, but I never got the freaking thing. Let's see, I may go long out here next month. Yeah, I mean, go ahead and fill that application out now and stuff, guys. I mean, I imagine the stuff they trying to get some new inventory in, but they got to get rid of stuff they already got. So them internationals, man, them international stuff, man. I mean, they trying to push them out. Cause they done had them trucks now about they had them about 2 years now. So you know they got to get some. Well, I ain't gonna say get some new stuff, but I'm pretty sure they got the ounce some more stuff and everything. But they got to get rid of this, and then they got to see how this COVID thing. Once this COVID thing kind of teeters out and stuff, then but I'm gonna tell you, wait, no, 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 don't get one, no, cause kind of the only freight liners they got, is either the Cascadia or that Coronado and stuff, and I mean the Coronada's used, so I'm gonna just tell you, man. If no, the terms are too long on the truck. The terms are too long on it, and it's not it's not own operated spec. They used to get a lot of own operated spec stuff through there, but you know now it's just a bunch of fleet trucks coming through there, and I'm like, they kind of the worst kind of trucks and stuff to get. To be honest with you, unless you run into a deal like with them Pro Stars and stuff, then like yeah, it's a good deal. But like Cascadia, 3,500 down, 3,500 down, 40 months, stuff like that. Nah, 2016, cause you're gonna get the truck and you're gonna run into the same problem and stuff that I ran into. And that's the thing, I had, the guy I talked to and stuff. He had his truck a year before I did and stuff, and so um, right when I got my truck, the issues I started having later on, he started having them right then. It's just the difference was he wasn't prepared. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go over here and they gonna fix it, and then the light get the flashing and stuff like that, and it go off, and then it come back on and stuff again, and next thing you know, his truck done derated. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing, man. It's a real. I ain't gonna say it's a real possibility. It is a possibility. You know. In fact, take it from your man and stuff that, and he got a new truck. You know, they talking about let's see what's my Party Hard. That truck he driving and stuff. You know, his truck. I believe his truck brand new and stuff. It got that MIL light up there. You know, cause it could be nothing, but I mean that MIL light there, all that all it's attached to is to your it's attached to your emissions. It's attached to your emissions and stuff. So you know, you already know and stuff, man. When that light come on, okay, what's going on? Got some kind of emission problem and stuff. You know, must be a dozer valve or um, a dozer valve, a depth pump. Um, I forget all the other components and stuff. But it's gonna be one of those things. Then you back and forth in the shop and stuff like that. Oh yeah, poor depth quality. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about that one. Poor depth quality. That's the most common one you get. You know, poor depth quality. They got to go in there and dump it, take out all the depth and stuff, and then put new depth in, and then take. Okay, well, your problem is the problem is you buying depth from the pump. Don't buy it from the pump. Go in there and buy it in the box, and then you get in the box and you still having the same problem. Which I said, how you get poor depth quality is because of the is because of the moisture inside your air tanks. Cause what they don't tell you is that you know your depth works through electricity and air. And when that air get to spraying, when that air sprays, well, it needs air power and stuff to spray the depth fluid. It needs the air to spray the depth fluid and stuff to burn the emissions up. But if it mixes in with water and stuff, which is in your air tank, you know, kind of doesn't matter how many times you dump it or whatever and stuff, you still gonna get some moisture and stuff that's in there. When it sprays, water is gonna mix in with it, and when it mix in with it and stuff, that's where you get poor depth quality. So then you going over here and you dumping all this stuff, and then they telling you, okay, well, it, it, it obviously your water is mixing in and stuff with your depth and stuff, which that's not even possible because um, that's not even possible because you know the water's not gonna mix in with the depth, and you can spot that right off. You can spot that right off the gate. Like, oh well, they don't clean off them pumps and all that other stuff down there. They ain't got nothing to do with it. It ain't got nothing to do with it and stuff, man. Everything comes from, but that's the code most of the people get all the time. You get a poor depth quality. Oh man, moisture done got into your depth system and stuff like that. Oh, it's in the winter. And when it's in the winter, if you don't put the cap on right and stuff, then moisture gets inside and then that ain't what it is. You can clean that thing up a million times and you're gonna still have the same issue. It's coming from inside the very it's coming from inside the very air system itself. And they know that. They know it, but they won't tell you that. It's got to be something you doing wrong and stuff. Then you go by the death in the box and stuff, and oh well, you got you a bad batch. You got you a bad batch. That ain't what it is. That water comes from your air system, and it doesn't matter how much you purge it. It doesn't matter how good your air filter systems are. All you need is a little bit of condensation and stuff, man. And when it spray, that water mixes in with it, and there your problem. Yeah. And see, that's the thing. It doesn't matter. You could change the air dryer. You could change the air dryer. You can purge this thing clean. You're gonna get some kind of moisture. You're gonna get some kind of moisture in them tanks. You see what I'm, especially right now, stuff is getting hot. You're gonna get some kind of moisture in and stuff, man. And when it calls for that air and stuff like that, if you got any kind of moisture in the system, it's the air is gonna push it and it mix it in and stuff like that. And then that's when the sensor go, oh wait a minute, something wrong here. It got some, because the only thing it's supposed to be reading is depth. That's it. Anything other than depth, that's when you get that poor depth quality. You get that you get that poor depth quality and stuff, and then you can't ignore it, even though it ain't too much of a big kind. It's all gonna burn inside the one box. It's gonna burn it all up and stuff like that. So but um that sensor and stuff go off, and you can't ignore it. And if you ignore it, it gives it a certain amount of time and stuff. After a certain amount of time, okay, well, yeah, we got to derate you 25%. You got a 25% derate. That's gonna make you go to the shop now. you know, that's gonna make you okay. You still ignoring it? You still okay? All right, 50% derate, 50% derate and stuff. Then give you a certain amount. Oh, you still gonna ignore me? Okay, all right then. Engine stop, engine stop and stuff. Now you at now you can't drive the truck but 5 miles an hour. Go in there and find out what's wrong and stuff with the truck. Spending all this money on some nonsense. Okay, well, Freightliner they want Freightliner first thing they pay. Okay, well we got to hook it up to the computer and stuff, right? It's a two, well we charge 145 dollars an hour, and it's a 2 hour minimum. Then after 2 hours, they're coming back in there and stuff. Well, the test is coming back inconclusive. You still want to run it? You still want to keep running the test? Then after about 6, 7 hours and stuff, okay, all right, well, here's your problem right here. Here's your problem right here and stuff. That's gonna cost you about $1,000. But you got set. It's $1,000 for the part, an hour for the labor and stuff, but then you got 7 hours on the diagnostic. They keep knocking you in the head every time and stuff like that. Well, you got to find out what's going on with your truck. Got to find out what's going on with your truck. Then they get your truck straight. Then it depends on what kind. Then it depends on what kind of regen that you got to do. Heading to your area. My loads delivered in Portland, Maine. Ooh, on the 8th. God, no. Ooh, yeah. You gonna be in my running area, but unfortunately, I ain't gonna be up there. Screw that daggone stuff, man. Portland, Maine. Ugh. I hope it's paying good going up there and stuff, man. Coming back, you ain't got but one or two options: paper or water. Take your choice. Ain't nothing coming out of Massachusetts or New Hampshire. Wait a minute. You might get water, paper, and beer. Excuse me. Oh, you company driver? Okay, all right. Well, if you got a dry van, get ready to do water or paper. If you got a refrigerator, get ready to do some beer. Yeah, so yeah, you a company driver with a 75% contract. Good gracious, man, you got people that's leased on to companies, man. They ain't getting that much. They ain't getting that money. You getting 75% as a company driver, man. Go the heck on. Hold on, let me make sure I read it right. Oh, okay, all right, never mind. 75% contracted. Got you. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. All right, well, That 25%, that's where it's gonna kick in right there and stuff in them areas. Cause man, I mean, when I say they dead, I mean they real dead. I ain't got to the point now. When I go up there and stuff, man. I just dead head back to Jersey. That's how bad it's done got, and that was before COVID. Yeah, 'cause they got this routine. Um, they got this Coca Cola out of Londonderry, New Hampshire and stuff. So you pick that stuff up out of there, 45,000 pounds and stuff. You gotta take it up there to Bangor, Maine. That's when you in. That's when you in the point of no return right there and stuff. When you go to Bangor, you at the point of no return. Cause you in there, in there. That load only paid $400. Heavy tail load. It's heavy tail load of Coca Cola and stuff. But then you got that beer. Same thing. That beer in Londonderry and stuff. That go down to Jersey. You might get you might get 500 off that load. Yep. Well, gentlemen, ladies, um, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the feed down, stuff like that. Um, like I said, I got up here early and stuff today, cause this weekend and stuff, man, it's ain't gonna be no lives, no lives tomorrow, none Saturday, none Sunday, cause second I get home and stuff, man, it's if it's anything like how it was Sunday when I got home Saturday and stuff, man, I already got a ton of stuff to do. So I guess I can only do live today and stuff, and then um, if you shoot me any questions, stuff like that and everything, I'll answer them on Monday. I'll answer them on Monday and stuff like that and everything. Um, so that's the thing there and stuff. That's why I did the live today. So um, won't be no lives tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday. So um, contacting me and stuff, that's gonna also be a problem too. So I'm just asking if you got anything and stuff, just send it and I'll answer it on Monday. I'll answer the calls and stuff in the texts and all that stuff on Monday. But like I said, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday and stuff, man, I'm gonna be super busy at the house and I'm not gonna be able to get around to any kind of social media stuff. So uh, just figure I go and throw that out there in advance and stuff like that. I see the stuff. It's not like I'm not. It ain't like I'm ignoring and stuff. I'm not ignoring you. I see it. It's just some stuff I can respond to because I got the answer, and then some of the stuff I don't have the answer to. It's gonna take a little time for me and stuff to get it. So I see everything. Some stuff I can respond to quickly. Some of it I can't. So like I said, I just ask forgive me for that, and I will get around to it and stuff eventually. But what I will say is that um, if you message me and I message you back and I let you know, okay, listen, can you call me at this time here and stuff? I'm gonna be waiting on that phone call. It's just it's real aggravating and stuff, right? When it's real aggravating and stuff when um I get a message and stuff and say, man, hey, listen, I've been trying to get a hold of you and stuff like that and everything. I shot you a message then, I'm like, okay, all right. And then I'm telling you, okay, all right, I'll be free at 4 o'clock or I'll be free at 5 o'clock. I'm sitting there looking at, I got the whole thing cleared. I let I take care of most of my stuff. I'm away from the house, so it's not like somebody can walk up and say, "Okay, listen, can you look at this?" You know, I let people know, listen, I'm gonna be busy for the next hour because I'm expecting a phone call to speak with a driver and stuff about thus and so. And then you don't call. And I mean, I'm sitting like, okay, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, no phone call. That is very, very frustrating, man. I mean, look, I actually, if you tell me to call, no, if I shoot you the message and tell you this is when I'm free, and you say, okay, all right, I'm gonna be expecting that phone call. I got all my stuff laid out. So whatever it is that we're gonna discuss and stuff like we'll be clear on the issue and stuff. I mean, again, it's just I ain't no celebrity or none of this other stuff here. I don't charge. I don't charge and none of that stuff. But what I am saying is that if you want to talk about an issue and stuff, I have no problem with it. I'll let you know when I'm free. If it's not good for you and stuff, then I totally understand. But if you say, yeah, it's a good time and stuff, I'm gonna call you, and then you don't call, it's just it's real aggravating, it's real frustrating. You know, if it continues, then if it continues and stuff, then you know, just like anything else and stuff, actions got to be taken. So, I mean, time is important, energy is important, resources are important, and I want you to have all those things and stuff there. But just saying, give me give me the courtesy of saying, hey, listen, if it's a bad time for you and stuff, just say, hey, listen, hey, that time ain't gonna work for me. Okay, that's good. You know, guys, I'll work around your schedule, but at the same time, just understand there are things I do on my end too and stuff. I mean, I cut off phone calls and stuff like that. Say, listen, I'm gonna need 2 hours to take care of this issue right here and stuff. Same thing. I mean, I get messages and stuff on Instagram, about certain stuff. And again, you want to talk and stuff like that, that's cool. But if I let you know I'm free and then you say that, okay, all right, I'm going to call you and you don't call, it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing, very, very disingenuous. So, yeah, I'll go and end on that note there and stuff. So, anyway, y'all take it easy, be safe. This your man right here, the one and only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, telling you as always, continue your research, fact finding studies, harness on your skills every day. Until next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.